The Dimensional International Core Equity Market ETF (DFAI) is an exchange-traded fund (ETF) that aims to provide broad exposure to international stock markets. The ETF is managed by Dimensional Fund Advisors (DFAI), a leading provider of index-based investment strategies. DFAI tracks the performance of the Dimensional International Core Equity Market Index, which is designed to provide broad exposure to the international stock market. The index is comprised of thousands of stocks from developed markets outside of the United States, including countries in Europe, Asia, and Australia. One of the key features of DFAI is its use of a smart beta investment strategy. This approach uses a combination of quantitative and fundamental analysis to select stocks for the index, rather than simply following a traditional market capitalization-weighted index. This can lead to higher returns and lower risk compared to a traditional index. DFAI has a relatively low expense ratio of 0.25%, which is lower than the average expense ratio for international stock ETFs. The ETF also has a high level of liquidity, which means that shares can be bought and sold easily on the stock exchange. In terms of performance, DFAI has had a strong track record. Over the past 5 years, the ETF has returned an average of 11.5% per year, which is higher than the average return for international stock ETFs. DFAI is suitable for investors who are looking for a diversified and low-cost way to gain exposure to international stock markets. The ETF is particularly well suited for investors who are looking for a smart beta approach to international investing. However, it is important to note that past performance does not guarantee future results and that investors should conduct their own research before investing in any ETF. In conclusion, Dimensional International Core Equity Market ETF (DFAI) is a ETF which aims to provide broad exposure to international stock markets. The ETF is managed by Dimensional Fund Advisors (DFAI), a leading provider of index-based investment strategies. DFAI tracks the performance of the Dimensional International Core Equity Market Index, which is designed to provide broad exposure to the international stock market. The ETF has a relatively low expense ratio and high level of liquidity, which makes it an attractive option for investors looking to gain exposure to international markets.